The man was eating when he suddenly noticed his cellmate picking up a noodle and placing it on his leg. Curious, he looked down to see what was going on. It turned out this lifer was secretly keeping a pet rat, another creature that had lost its freedom. Not wanting to share the same fate, the man decided to escape the prison. He began by rubbing a spoon on his shoe. Then he called the prison guard over, saying he wanted to exchange his spoon. The guard agreed, while his friend distracted the guard with small talk. The man swiped 2 extra spoons. Back in the cell, he placed a dozen matchsticks into a metal can and scraped some magnesium powder off a coin. Lighting the matches, he used the magnesium to weld a spoon and a nail clipper together. With this improvised tool, he was ready to start digging. Since the prison was built on an island, the walls had long been weakened by constant moisture and salt. The man used the tool to chip away at the wall. Just then his cellmate warned him the guards were coming. He quickly covered the wall with his belongings and flushed the debris down the toilet, but he was too nervous. As he got back into bed, he accidentally dropped the tool on the floor. Luckily the lighting was dim, and by striking up a casual conversation, he distracted the guard just long enough to avoid being caught. 2 weeks later, the man finally carved a hole in the wall large enough to crawl through, but there was a problem. A metal grid was welded between 2 bolts. He couldn't remove it with what he had. The next afternoon, while working in the workshop, he spotted a component wrapped in a metal strip. That strip was exactly what he needed to pry off the grid. However, when he walked through the security gate with it, the metal detector went off. Still, the man remained calm. He handed the part over and casually said it was for drying clothes. Of course, the guard didn't buy it and confiscated the piece. What the guard didn't know was that the real tool was hidden in the man's shoe sole. The part he handed over was just a decoy to mislead them. With the real piece, he quickly removed the metal grid. Then he passed the escape tool to his friend and explained exactly how to dig through the wall. Together they began preparing to break out of the island prison.